compassionate Prince William is filled with a steely determination to tackle homelessness, in honor of his late mother. Ahead of what would have been Diana's 62nd birthday on Saturday, her eldest son will launch projects in numerous locations across the country. It will be his first major policy intervention as he sets out his own campaigning agenda as the heir to the throne, with a cause extremely close to his mother's heart. A source told the Daily Express, "Homelessness is an issue affecting every part of our society, and William has a steely determination to get things done. He wants change and impact. He wants to use his platform for change. Homelessness is increasing and William is absolutely committed to helping resolve this issue." The optimistic Prince of Wales is unmoved by downbeat assessments suggesting a chasm between rich and poor cannot be bridged. Prince William gives non-answer when asked why palaces aren't open to homeless. Latest, William, who turned 41 last Wednesday, is convinced change for the better is possible. He is alive to the huge pressures that millions of Britons face with rising inflation and the cost of living crisis. A palace source last night said it shows he is normal and that he cherishes championing causes passionately adopted by his mother. The insider said, "He has an authenticity and ability to relate to others that many envy. This is all very different from the pomp and circumstance of the coronation and is part of William's view of the modernization of the monarchy. He wants to connect where he feels there is a need. It is hugely important to him and what he feels is his role going forward. He understands when he gets the big job he will need to have shown his worth and developed the monarchy in a way that will give it a depth of meaning." It's his mother's birthday on July 1st, and in many ways this is her legacy, in that her son has taken up the mantle in inspiring others to bring change and give hope to the most vulnerable and needy. The dad of three is committed to carrying on the battle to eradicate homelessness after his mother put a focus on the often overlooked issue in dozens of street visits. Don't miss: Prince George tours Eton College despite Kate striving to reduce inequality. Latest, Harry suffering after leaving royal family behind, says Italian prince. Discover, William's fury at the BBC set to heighten as new Diana interview cover-up arises. Insight, William, patron of Centrepoint and the Passage homelessness charities, has said, "My mother introduced me to the cause of homelessness from quite a young age, and I'm really glad she did. I think she would be disappointed we are still no further on in terms of tackling homelessness and preventing it than when she was interested and involved in it." He was just 11 when Diana showed him the stark reality of life outside palace walls. They visited a shelter in London, sparking a lifelong passion to try to solve one of society's long-running ills. The prince even slept on a London street for a night in 2009 to simulate being homeless. William has admitted that with homes at Kensington Palace, Adelaide Cottage in Windsor and Anmer Hall on the Sandringham estate in Norfolk, he is one of the most unlikely advocates for this cause. But he is desperate to use his status to bridge the divide and has promised to pass on the reality of injustice to his own children. In far-reaching plans set to be announced next week and backed by the Royal Foundation he set up with his wife Kate, William will also expand on an idea to build social housing on the Duchy of Cornwall's 130,000-acre property empire which he now runs. He said, "It's nerve-wracking but I'm really excited. I've been waiting for the right time. You'll see that when it's ready. I'm no policy expert, but I push it where I can." One of the things I have been thinking is, when is the right time to bring George or Charlotte or Louis to a homeless organization? When I can balance it with their schooling, they will definitely be exposed to it. On the school run, we talk about what we see. When we were in London, driving backwards and forwards, we regularly used to see people sitting outside supermarkets. I'd say to the children, "Why are they there? What's going on?" It's in all our interests, it's the right thing to do, to expose the children, at the right stage, in the right dialogue, so they have an understanding. They will grow up knowing that actually, do you know what, some of us are very fortunate, some of us need a little bit of a helping hand, some of us need to do a bit more where we can to help others improve their lives. We just see the individual on the streets and go, "Oh." Loads of judgments as to why that person is there. You see more elderly people homeless because that's what we see on the street. What we don't see is youth homelessness, sofa surfing, people sleeping in their cars. If you actually sit down and hear from young people why they're in their situation, it's like a jigsaw. There are so many pieces that have had to come together or fall apart, that means they've ended up where they are. Center Point, The Passage and others. When you put all of them together in one big jigsaw, you suddenly have a picture and you go, "Okay, I get it now. I know what we need to do." It's bringing all the wonderful people and pieces together of the puzzle and allowing the whole country who care about each other to go, "Ah, I see what the state of play around homelessness is and I want to help." We can then get other councils in other parts of the country to copy. It's about that momentum. So you go, "Right, we can fix this and we will fix this." Center Point said the total of 16 to 24-year-olds homeless or at risk of being so was 122,000 last year. 5 years ago it was 110,000. Mick Clark, chief executive of The Passage, said, "When William comes here, nothing's sugar-coated. People on the streets are very good about knowing whether someone is authentic or not within a second." He is very authentic. Comment by Shea Bacon, chief executive, Center Point. Last year 129,000 young people faced homelessness. That is the highest number we have ever recorded and an increase of 6% on the previous year. Since then we have seen calls to the Center Point helpline from young people worried about homelessness increase to their highest ever levels too. Every night, thousands of young people have nowhere safe to stay. That is why we were relieved, excited and energized last week by the news that Prince William shared our vision of a United Kingdom without homelessness. His long-standing interest in the subject is well known and perhaps best demonstrated by his many years as Center Point patron. Over the past 15 years he has met dozens of the young people we support and his focus has always been clear. Underpinned by his great compassion, he wants above all to challenge misconceptions about homelessness and celebrate the enormous potential of those who find themselves trapped in what is often a vicious cycle. And, like us, the Prince knows we can break that cycle and end homelessness for good. Earlier this month, when he visited the 33 new homes we have built for young people ready to kickstart their careers but unable to afford soaring rents, he praised our innovation in capping rent at a third of their salary. He knows it will give them the stability they need to fulfill their ambition and leave homelessness behind. However creative our ideas may be, We also know this shared vision of ending homelessness cannot be achieved by one individual or a single organization. The change we need can only come from the collaboration of charities, businesses and government. That is what makes the promise of His Royal Highness's new focus on homelessness so exciting. There can hardly be anyone better placed to pull together the people needed and unite them against a crisis of injustice that should demand all of our attention. His energy and commitment to ending homelessness are clear. It is up to the rest of us to match it.
Now